Gerakan PGA Brigade Sarawak menahan 2 lelaki bersama rampasan 13 kotak mengandungi 11,700 biji telur penyu bernilai lebih RM100,000.
Monitor sea turtles. They say they've already had a ton of activity.
So they talked with Tentia Bejadori Chumba.
Denda RM50 hingga RM250,000 serta penjara jika tertangkap menjual telur penyu.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Shumaila binti Balasius and I will be the first presenter, and I will begin from the introduction of the topic. Many people may not be aware that the loss of numerous species of wildlife, including flora and fauna, is a severe threat to Malaysia's wildlife. What is more concerning is the wildlife species like turtles are now reportedly becoming more endangered and harder to find. There are 4 species of sea turtles exist in Malaysia, where we are lucky to host 4 types of turtle species. Leatherback turtles are easily distinguished from other turtle species by their hard skin and long front flippers. It is the largest of the turtles and the 4th heaviest modern reptile after the 3 crocodile species. Leatherback turtles will also migrate and can dive deeper than other turtle species. Next, the Karah turtle, or as known as hawksbill turtle, that can be found in Sabah, Melaka, Johor, and Terengganu. The largest population is in the Turtle Island, Sabah, with an average of 500 to 600 nests per season, while Melaka has the second largest population with 200 until 300 nests per season. The olive turtle, sometimes known as the cockroach turtle, is the smallest species of turtle found in Malaysia. It nests in Terengganu, Pahang, and Penang, but its population continues to decrease since it is endangered. The 4th species of turtle is green turtle, which can be found on sandy beaches in Sabah, Sarawak, Terengganu, Pahang, Johor, and Perak.
At first glance, green sea turtles are not very green at all. This is because their name comes from the color of their green fat tissue that used to be commonly used to make turtle soup. Adult green sea turtles are the only species of sea turtle that eat large amounts of sea grasses and algae. Green sea turtles can live 50 or more years.
Sea turtles belong to a group of reptiles that inhabit tropical and subtropical seas around the world. Sea turtles are estimated to have inhabited the Earth for more than 100 million years. Therefore, sea turtles are known as living fossils. In fact, they are still irresponsible parties who are willing to catch turtles for their own benefit. This is because their eggs, meat, skin, and shells can be sold at a very high price.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Hazmi bin Heliver. The factors that lead to the turtle's habitat to be endangered is first, about the illegal trade of turtle eggs. It is one of the most significant threats to turtles' habitats worldwide. Turtle eggs are a major source of nourishment for many creatures that inhabit the coastal areas of the world. Stealing eggs limits the population of turtles leading to a decline in their species. Additionally, the removal of turtle eggs from their nest leaves their hatchlings vulnerable to predators, causing the survival rate of turtle offspring and decrease. The loss of viable sand dunes, mangrove or seagrass habitats deprives turtles of their nesting grounds and makes them more susceptible to poaching. Turtles lay their eggs on beaches, and these are often targeted by illegal egg collectors who sell them for food or traditional medicines. This illegal practice has a devastating impact on turtle populations as it reduces the number of new hatchlings that can replenish the population in the future. Second, pollution has a profound impact on turtles' habitat. Plastic pollution, in particular, is a significant problem. Pollution, particularly plastic pollution, poses a hazardous risk to sea turtles, affecting their physical health and behavior. Sea turtles that ingest plastic debris have been found to suffer from entanglement, obstruction of bowels and stomach, and inability to feed and breathe, leading to disease and, in severe cases, death. Pollution drives turtles to change their behavior and movements, affecting their mating and nesting habits. Pollution also affects the quality of aquatic habitats, which is vital for the survival of many turtle species. Pollution poses a significant threat to turtle survival and their habitats. Industrial and agriculture runoff, plastic debris, and nutrient pollution have a significant implications for turtles' physical, behavioral, and reproductive health. Third factor is the percentage of turtles that survive to adulthood is another significant threat to turtle habitats. Turtles have a low survival rate in their early years, and those that do survive face a range of other threats, including habitat loss, hunting, and disease. As a result, turtle populations are under constant pressure, and it is essential to prioritize the conservation of young turtles in the wild. Many turtle species face threats to their survival, including habitat loss, pollution, climate change, and predation. The outcome is the percentage of turtles that survive to adulthood can impact the overall population and health of the ecosystem. For example, female turtles typically have a low survival rate compared to males due to the risk associated with nesting and egg laying. If a high percentage of females do not survive to adulthood, it can negatively impact reproduction and the growth of the turtle population. The fourth factor is the improper habitat management is another significant threat to turtle habitats. This includes everything from overfishing and logging to the building of infrastructure in sensitive habitats. Poor management practices can disrupt the delicate balance of ecosystems, making it difficult for turtles and other wildlife to thrive. The turtles' habitats are facing significant threats, and it is important to take action to ensure their survival. When habitat management is not properly implemented or monitored, it can lead to negative impact on turtle populations. For example, the use of pesticides, fertilizers, and other chemicals can contaminate water sources and harm turtle habitats. Additionally, construction and development activities can destroy or fragment turtle habitats, making it difficult for turtles to find food, shelters, or mates.
Hello, I'm Mohammad Hidayat bin Haziz. So I will talk about the suggestion that can be made for the sea turtle safety. First suggestion that can be made is cracking down on illegal international trade in sea turtles and their products by enforcing laws and agreements. Despite being vital to our basic existence, we disregard the ocean. Ocean acidification is a result of rising sea temperatures brought on by rising CO2 levels. Human activities have shifted the odds against the survival of these ancient seafarers during the past 200 years. Sea turtles are killed for their eggs, flesh, skin, and shell, and they are overfished and subject to poaching. As a concerned individual, it is necessary to report immediately to the party responsible for the offense of smuggling illegal goods, especially endangered animals such as sea turtles. Second suggestion that can be met is volunteer and campaign. We as a group will never be able to deal with any of the problems the ocean is confronting on our own. If we are to affect changes in attitudes, policy and conduct, it will need the united will of governments, companies and public engagement. We need guardians to put an end to the poaching operation in our nation so that our migratory population of turtle in Malaysia may keep utilizing the island as a breeding place for many more years. Only a committed team of people who are prepared to engage in conservation practice such as non-governmental marine research program can make this operation run well. Third suggestion can be done is increase public awareness and community participation in sea turtle conservation through educational programs such raising awareness for plastic and water pollution. When a sea turtle eats plastic, which is frequently misinterpreted for jellyfish, straw contribute to the issue as well because they can either follow the same course as eaten regular plastic or become lodged in a sea turtle nostril. Given that it is thought that more than half of all sea turtles have consumed plastic at some time in their life, gut infection and perforation are expected outcomes for sea turtles. The British band Coldplay hasn't yet given a concert in Malaysia. It sets to give the nation something even better by funding a boat that cleans up plastic waste from our rivers. But they already confirmed to do a concert this year at November at Stadium Bukit Jalil. The band has long supported environmental causes and is currently working with the Interceptor 005, a device created by a Dutch non-profit organization, the Ocean Cleanup, to prevent trash from entering the ocean. We need to persuade capable individuals, famous individuals, or even the government itself to try and help clean up the seas and rivers in our nation. Last suggestions are by reducing artificial lights, stopping beach armoring, controlling beach nourishment, and limiting human influences on the beach. Disruptions at nesting beaches can be eliminated. Turtles that are nesting rely on quiet, dark beaches for effective reproduction. These turtles are now endangered in part because they have to fight for beach spaces with vacationers, companies, and locals who live along the coast. The artificial illumination created by this man-made coastal development deters female sea turtles from laying their eggs on the beach. Instead, turtles will pick a less than ideal nesting location, which has an impact on the likelihood of a successful nest. Additionally, sea turtle hatchlings may experience disorientation at birth due to near shorelines. Instead, they will stray inland where they frequently pass away from these predators or even getting run over on crowded coastal streets. Coast guards need to reduce activities at night on the beach or in environments where sea turtles have the potential to breed and lay their eggs. Thank you.
Turtles are an instance of reptile that have become increasingly endangered with the passage of time. There are 4 turtle species in the country of Malaysia, namely leatherback, green turtle, hawksbill turtle, and olive ridley turtle, and every single one of these creatures serve a purpose in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystem, such as those on the coast, island, and seas. As a result of their great significance in preserving the delicate balance of their native habitat ecosystems, turtle species have been designated as Malaysian heritage animals. If the species' job remains unfinished to ensure the balance of the sea, there will be a negative impact from a decline in turtle population, which will indeed have an indirect influence on the health and other marine life that depends on marine resources that would undoubtedly be felt by fishermen and the country's fishing economic sector. However, there are still community at large that is unaware of the significant contribution of turtles to marine and ocean ecosystems. Human activities have tilted the scales against the survival of these ancient marine species. Sea turtles are poached and overexploited because they are slaughtered for their eggs, flesh, skins, and shells. Therefore, what can be concluded and learned from this case study is for the people at large to obtain a wide knowledge regarding the preservation of turtles so that their species can be preserved and their extinction could be avoided by taking certain measures. The first measures that can be taken into action in order to make the turtle protection into reality is by encouraging the use of recycled items in all buildings and businesses. Around the year, many turtles are harmed by the discharge and usage of plastic into the water, such as straw, since turtles frequently mistaken them as food and devour them. This results in the extinction of these species habitats, as well as the disruption and degradation of the marine environment. To help maintain the marine ecology, business organizations need to take the initial action by introducing the usage of recyclable products such as in cafes, grocery shops, and supermarkets. Implementing, for example, the use of recycled bags in stores and iron straws in cafes. Another strategy to assist in safeguarding the turtle habitat is to develop collaboration with non-governmental organizations and the government to carry out turtle conservation efforts and raise public awareness. Conservation initiatives and programs are going to enhance public awareness and knowledge of the need of turtle conservation. As a consequence, when a major corporation contributes, it will be able to assist in offering and distributing information about the necessity of sustaining the turtle habitat more broadly than when a program is maintained by a single party. For example, the Friends of Sea Turtles program that was organized by Cow Group Penang and Pertubuhan Nur Salam Wilayah Utara in collaboration with other agencies such as the Department of Wildlife Protection and National Parks, Perhilitan Penang, among others, to support turtles conservation efforts in Teluk Bahang National Park. Subsequently, the government also must take more progressive and decisive efforts to safeguard these reptiles from more effective law enforcement. This is owing to the fact that there are still a few people who are unaware and trade turtles' eggs for human consumption illegally. In addition to being dangerous to health due to the toxic content of up to 87%, which can cause disastrous damage to the kidneys, sold turtles' eggs will contribute to the extinction of marine life, which is becoming increasingly endangered because the egg cannot be hatched and released into the sea. And I think that is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
In conclusion, turtles' habitat are facing significant threats, and it is essential to take action to ensure their survival. Addressing the illegal trade of turtle eggs, reducing pollution in the habitats, increasing survival rates for young turtles, and improving habitat management practices are crucial to the continued survival of these fascinating creatures. Therefore, the protection of sea turtles requires the concerted effort of everyone, including governments, organizations, and individuals. Some critical suggestions for sea turtle safety include enforcing laws and agreements that protect these animals, engaging volunteers and campaigns to support conservation efforts, increasing public awareness through education and advocacy, and limiting human influences on the beach. Beyond the laws and agreements, organizations and governments should work to implement monitoring and enforcement measures to ensure compliance. Volunteers and campaigns can help raise awareness and fundraise for conservation efforts, while public awareness campaigns can educate people about the importance of sea turtles and how to protect them from harm. Then, limiting human activity on the beach can significantly reduce the threats faced by these animals. Thus, protecting sea turtles requires a combination of approaches that involve governments, organizations, individuals, and the public. If we can enforce laws, raise awareness, and limit human influence on the beach, we can ensure that these creatures have a safe and thriving environment for generations to come. Overall, an integrated effort comprising science, management, and community engagement is fundamental in mitigating the turtle habitat challenges. The strategy should prioritize habitat protection and conservation, sustainable management policy, and legislation frameworks to foster restoration and recovery of turtle population. It is the responsibility of all stakeholders, including wildlife authorities, conservationists, and the public, to work towards ensuring that turtle habitats and their populations remain secure and sustainable.
During the next 20 years, the vast majority will inevitably die. But those that survive will eventually, as their mothers did before them, return to the very same beach where they were hatched. How they find their way back across thousands of miles of open ocean, we still have no idea.